Hey folks,
Hi.
Ni modo.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hi, Alan. Hi, Murak.
okay folks, so yeah, I think we can just get started with the agenda. Let me share the screen. And yeah, by the way, I'm joining with this Inspektor Gadget account, so we are able to record the call. Where is the share screen? Okay, are you able, folks, to see the agenda?
Yes.
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 Okay, great. So yeah, the first topic that I want to discuss today is the latest release that we have for Inspector Gadget. So maybe we can go quickly about the most important changes or features that we have in this new release. So the first one is that right now we are using a DSLS as the base image. So this is great. It means we have less components to be attacked. The size is smaller. So yeah, I think this is a great thing for the project. For the image-based gadget, we are now able to use the pull secrets. So we are able to run the gadgets from a private registry on Kubernetes. It was previously only support in IG, but right now we are also able to do the same on when using kubectl gadget. The container images that we are pushing, I think this is only for the releases, right? Are now signed. So yeah, users will be able to verify that the container images are the right ones. And yeah, as another highlight of this release, this is now possible to deploy Inspector Gadget into a custom namespace. So before we were only using the gadget namespace, but right now this is possible to deploy to whatever namespace you want. And yeah, we still have the limitation that we only allow a single instance of Inspector Gadget being deployed at the same time. But yeah, this is something that we are working on, and probably in the next release, it will be possible to run multiple instances of Inspector Gadget in different namespaces at the same time. And yeah, other than that, we have some general improvements, a lot of bug fixes, more documentation, changes to the testing and continuous integration platforms that we have. So yeah, I think that's it. Does anybody wants to add any about this release? Any highlight that I missed? Any important thing that you're working on and you want to highlight here?
I think that's a good summary. Thanks.
Okay, nice. So let me move to the next topic. So Francis, you have something about the bug fix release?
Yeah, so with the last release, basically I just added something. We just added a bug in the socket enricher. So we just did this bug fix release, and I wanted to discuss regarding if we should do it all the time, if we should just not care, because yeah, we need to have a discussion regarding this, and particularly how to handle it. If we just cherry pick the bug fix commit and we just add them on top of the latest release, or if we just decided to do a release at the time where we are, so with the whole committee story. So yeah, mainly wanted to get your opinion about this.
Right. So yeah, this is an interesting question. So I will say that we should not keep right now like relate branches and do any cherry picking of those commits because I think it implies more work. So what happens is that when there is a fix, So we will need to understand what are the versions that we want to backport that fits. So maybe applying the commit is not as easy because maybe that's based on another branch. So there are some conflicts and so on. So yeah, my personal opinion will be avoid doing that right now. Maybe this is something that we could be doing later on, but in the current state of the project, I think this is too much overhead for us. So I know bigger projects like Cilium, Kubernetes, and so on are doing that, but I will say that we don't have the bandwidth to handle that. And additionally to that, I will say, yeah, if we make a release, then if we found that something is not working and we have a fix, so I will say that we can just go ahead and tag a new release with that fix. Burak?
I'm also in favor of just tagging the current main branch as a new release and releasing it, since also we are not merging pull requests into the main branch if they are not ready. So I think it should be always up to date or production ready, the current main branch, and we would have no problems, in theory, of course. It's always in theory.
Yeah, I agree. Francis?
Yeah, I'm not really sure to understand your opinion because so I'm fine with any, despite having preference for cherry picking the commit and applying them on the latest release and not create a whole new release. But in any case, there were several people from the community asking for a bug fix release, particularly this one. It was asked by someone from the community. So yeah, we need to take a decision regarding this because even if we do not decide something today, then in whatsoever time there will be someone who will ask again for the bug fix release.
Okay, yeah, just to be clear, I think we should be doing bug fixes releases, but not to backpark those commits to a previous branch. So just release the main branch when we have the fits there. For sure, it opens the issue, what happens if the main branch is not in a stable condition. Yeah, that's like a difficult one. And this is what Bora was mentioning, that maybe we only want to merge things that are quite stable to the main branch. Francis?
Yeah, okay, but so for example, this case can be troublesome if, for example, so we have the latest release. Let's say it is X, so release X, and so in the meantime we are creating commits. We are just realizing that a commit which was in release X was had a bug, so we are doing a bug fix for this. But in the meanwhile, a new commit, which was introduced between the bug fix and the new release, let's say commit C, as a bug. And so we are aware about it. And so it is a bit troublesome. So the thing is that if we tag the new release with the current history, we will tag it with the bug fix for release X, but also with the troublesome commit C. So I would rather go for bug fixing and for cherry picking because by cherry picking we only cherry pick bug fix and we ensure that we are stable. But yeah, of course it is more overhead and we can for the moment we can go with tagging the release, but we have to be aware of this type of problem because it may exist. It is not only a theoretical scenario that I'm just imagining right now.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. This is a real problem, and by the way, other projects are doing that way. So what I would like to propose, or maybe we can create an issue, we can discuss that there, and we can understand what is the overhead of keeping those branches. Because we would like to understand how many of those branches, of those release branches we want to maintain. So just the latest release, or do we want to maintain 3 releases? Yeah, because the more releases we maintain, the more overhead we have to backpark those commits. Alban?
Yes, I agree with what was said before. Like, I think at some point we will need to have some branch to make police fixes. So cherry pick in the branch for the fix release. But I don't think that we are at that point yet. So I agree with Francis. It will cause problem, but I think the trade-off is okay for now. Yeah, so I agree with what was said before.
Francis?
Yeah, regarding the number of branch, if we decide to keep and do the cherry pick and backport stuff, I would rather go for one for the moment, just to keep it simple and to test if it suits us. Yeah, we can still see later if people are in need for long-term release or something like this. But so far, from my understanding and from what I saw in the community, I never met someone who said actually, "Hey, I'm running release. I don't know, 0.19.0." So yeah, I think just having the latest release should be okay.
Yeah, seems good to me. So Francis, are you up for opening an issue, documenting somehow the discussion? And yeah, probably opening also a PR to change the release process and so on. Because yeah, I want to be sure that we are all on the same page, that we are going to create a branch, that we are going to backport fixes only to that branch. And yeah, I would also like to understand when to make the release. So if we found something that is not working, but is something that is just a detail, should we make a release or should just wait for users to report like a big issue? So yeah, this is something that is not clear for me, when to make a bug fix release. But I will say that we should be discussing this on an issue, and from there we can create the documentation and modify the release process as we want. But yeah, I will initially agree to start doing bug fix releases, only keeping a single branch, a single release branch for now.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I will open an issue and yeah, we will discuss it and I will share it on the Slack. So yeah, we can also get some opinion from people from the community regarding what they would like to see. But yeah, definitely one branch should be okay. For the moment, it should be okay. At least it would be better than what we have currently, which is 0. So
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that will be much better. And yeah, in that case, the overhead in most of the cases will not be that big because it's just backporting a commit to a single branch. It gets complicated when you have 3, 4 branches and you have to backport the same commit to very old branches. So yeah, I agree. So yeah, thank you, Francis. Please open the issue and we can continue the discussion there. Jose?
Yep, I think I think the decision of keeping one or X branches is releases where we backport fixes is more depending of those releases are long-term support. So when you decide that given release a long-term support, you will need to keep backporting the fixes there. And I don't think we are at that stage yet. So that's more or less the process. As far as I know, that's more or less the process. When you start deciding that a given releases a long-term support, let's say that we release 1.0.0, that will be a long-term support, then you are committing that you will backport any fixes that you find in the future. That's more or less the process. Right now, I don't see the need to keep another branch, honestly. Right now, for me, it's fine. We haven't found the situation, but yes, of course, it's something that we need to be aware. So thanks, Francis, for highlighting this. And the moment it will appear, we need to decide if it is, what is the stability of the project to add this new release situation.
Yeah, totally agree. Okay, folks, so I have another topic that I wanted to discuss. Let's close this. So this is about image-based gadgets. So yeah, I will say that the current implementation that we have is going well. We have a lot of features already supported. So I think we can actually start importing most of the built-in gadgets that we have to be image-based gadgets, at least for the trace category. So yeah, we already have some of those gadgets converted, like the open. Actually, the mount was also done by Francis this or last week. And yeah, we have others that we call start work on. So yeah, my comment is if you have any free cycles, if you want to start working on that, that would be highly appreciated. Something I want to comment here is that this is important for us to understand if you hit any issues while porting those gadgets. So if there is anything that you're trying to do and is not currently supported by image-based gadgets, please tell us and we will understand how to proceed and how to fix that. And just to finish there, I know that many of the gadgets will require some special handling of some columns. So yeah, we are already working on this PR. So hopefully it will be in very soon and you will be able to use this also when porting the different gadgets. Francis?
Yeah, if it is just a matter of getting the actual code and putting everything under /gadget to have it work and writing the metadata and YAML file, I think we can maybe tag this issue as a good first contribution. I forgot exactly the name, but you got the idea. And try to share it around us. Particularly because it will, if people have problem while doing this, then they will have a problem when writing their own image-based gadget. So we will be aware of the trouble, and yeah, of course we can give a hand regarding this if troubles are met on the road.
Okay, yeah, I added the label there. Yeah, this is just a matter of copying the already existing code, creating the definition file. That's it. So you have to perform some small changes to the code to be compatible with image-based gadgets, but yeah, that's it. Okay, folks. Yeah, if there are no any comments there, so we can move to the next topic. So Alban.
Yes, I just wanted to mention there is some traction on a pull request to support post-processing in WASM in gadgets, in image-based gadgets. Yeah, I don't have further comments, just saying it's a work in progress.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was reviewing that, and I think it's, my opinion, almost ready to go. Actually, most of my comments are just details. The only important comment that I have is this one. So I think we are able to simplify the code a bit by using that. And yeah, something that is more generic is what about these use cases? Because here for this kind of situations, we have two possibilities. Maybe we can implement that as an enumeration and use the support for converting the enumeration to a string, or we can handle that in WASM. I personally would say that this is better to use enumeration. I would say that WASM is useful for more complicated use cases. And if we have like base support or native support for that in Inspektor Gadget, we can just make use of that.
Okay, I have not yet looked at how it is implemented with in BTF, so yeah, we look at it.
Okay, good. Yeah, actually, it should be just a matter of defining this as an enumeration and putting the enumeration field in the structure. And if everything is working fine, then Inspektor Gadget will make the translation between the integer and the string there. Francis?
Yeah, mainly you need to define a named enum. If it is an anonymous one, then you are in trouble. But if it is a named enum, then normally it should do the trick itself. It will just add two columns, one with the name of the enum and one with the row. So row is the integer corresponding to the enum, while the enum itself is the string corresponding to the enum. So yeah.
Okay, and I guess the limitation is the string that you want to put needs to be a valid C symbol, so no space or no special characters. But in this case, it should be okay.
Yeah, indeed, yeah. It needs to be something which can be used as an enum name. So if you put a space into it, it will not work. But I think for the packet types name, it should do the trick. It should be okay. So from what I see on the screen, there should not be a real problem regarding this.
Oh yeah, good. Yeah, it has to be valid enumeration. So yeah, for this one it should work fine. And yeah, there was other one, I cannot remember that. What is that? Yeah, so for this one it should work fine. For this one, I don't think we are able to do that because this is not continuous. So I don't think that we want to implement an enumeration that long. Yeah, for this one, it should work.
I think it's possible in C to have discontinuous enums.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, you're right. So yeah, maybe it would be nice to try it out also.
But no, there is a star in one of them.
Yeah.
So.
But here you can name, for example, you can name it star, or you can name it something that you want. And with WASM, I think you can just catch it and then translate it. I'm not sure about it, but it would be, yeah, we can try to use WASM for it.
Yeah, but at this point, if you have to handle some of the specific cases on WASM, so yeah, maybe this is just better to handle all of this in WASM directly. Yeah, actually, this is something that I was discussing with Alban before. Maybe for these cases, we want to support that in the metadata file. So maybe we can put all this information in the metadata type, and then Inspektor Gadget could perform the integer to string based on the contents of the metadata file. But yeah, this is something that we can do later on.
And Mauricio, there's a comment in the chat too. I'm not sure if you're able to see it.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm completely lost with the interface of Zone. Yeah, I see there is a comment from Mike. Okay, yeah, this is exactly the thing that I was mentioning, right, Mike? We cannot support for enums in the YAML definition file. Yeah, exactly the same. Okay, thank you, Maya, for pointing this out. Okay, folks, so I don't have any other topics in the agenda. Is there anything that you would like to discuss? Any issue, any PR that needs some attention, or yeah, any general comment that you might have?
Oh, just a question. About the next release, I guess a lot of people will be in holidays. So I was wondering if there is a plan.
Okay, so yeah, I will be in holidays as well. So actually, this is Francis usually doing the release. So I will say if we have somebody that is able to make the release, we can just go ahead and make the release. Yeah. Francis, are you going to be here for the next release, or are you going to be in holidays?
No, I won't be in holidays. So yeah, on the 2nd of January, I will normally do the release unless something occurs. But yeah, I should be able to do it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, folks, any more comments? Anything else you want to discuss? Okay, so if there are no any more comments, I think we can call it. So thank you folks for being here in this community call, and see you again. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye, thank you.
Goodbye.